What does the typical lending process look like for commercial loan?
It's a long process, and typically what it starts with, sort of what I alluded to earlier, is understanding the hope or gain out of the debt, whether it be sort of a bridge solution, a term solution, understanding the borrower's needs. From there, you start to compile or collect information specifically to the assets. So you're looking for rent rolls, historical operating statement, property taxes. If they happen to have third party reports, that's always good to have when I say third party reports, appraisals, environmental, structural reports. Then from there, the next sort of important thing that we're trying to gather is who the borrower is, i.e., what the borrower structure looks like, what who owns the asset, who the beneficial owner is. If it's higher levered and we need guarantees, then we're looking at to those individuals, what sort of personal net worths they may have, what other asset types they have. And what's become very important of late, especially sort of in this current climate and environment, is understanding the experience, especially if the asset is in transition. Even on the term asset, you kind of want to understand who the operator is and a bit of their experience. Make sure that we place them in the right sort of debt structure.
Can you elaborate more on initial consultation and pre screening for that particular commercial loan?
We're looking at, if it's a commercial asset, you're looking at the rent roll, what tenants are in there, what the occupancy is, when the tenants may mature. Are there factors that the economy could influence these tenants? So you really want to understand the strength of the asset and sort of, what the long term could look like for the asset. And then when we're looking at the individual, I mean, you're looking very closely of, if their whole business is the asset, well, then you look a little more closely at the asset. If they have other jobs, then you're really looking at to understand what other liquid assets they may own, what other assets they personally own. Goes back to their experience, how long have they been sort of active, and how engaged are they with the commercial asset.